This is your weekend market review for Friday, October 8th, 2024. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is your weekend market review, Friday, November 8th, 2024. Hopefully you had an excellent week. Again, if you were bullish, it seemed to be the best play post-election, which again, I did not see coming, meaning I thought it might actually take a few days or weeks to play out the actual results, which again, this is why trading is always going to be a probability-based game and not certainty, because you just don't know. And when you don't know, sometimes you got to go to the sidelines. You can have assumptions, you can have beliefs, but just be careful risking money, especially big money, on certainty, because that's the thing, right? Even in poker, pocket aces can lose. The same thing in trading. You may have had insider information about certain things, and they didn't play out the certain ways you want. Especially I'm looking at some of these earnings responses and certain things happening today. I mean, again, we'll see. China's down 5% overnight. I mean, there's a lot going on. And so this is where take your time, grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's dig into this. So if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room, link in the description below. If you'd like to chat, use the Calendly link. I appreciate all of the conversations. I mean, again, this is the people who are like, oh, I don't know if I should reach out. No, reach out. If I can't help you, I'll tell you that. If I can, I'd love to. And again, especially if it's trading, markets, real estate, looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, you're going to get 2 agents for the price of 1. Why would you not reach out? Also, follow on Twitter, post in trades. Also, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I appreciate it. Again, educational videos. And I think I just realized too is that someone told me this. Again, if you go check the 3 dots at the bottom right, I think you can donate. If this video is worth your time and effort, even if it's $1 and you want to donate, feel free. There's 3 lines. I don't have it on the computer personally because I can't donate to my own self. I think maybe I could. But if you'd like to, check that out. Also, links in the description below. Follow, like, subscribe. I appreciate you guys. So the website as well. Tons of resources, assets. Again, here to help. Again, if it can better the experience, let's go. Let me know how it can help. Yeah, tons of stuff on the website. Again, the recommended reading. There's not a lot. Keep it simple. Be there. All right. We know the next Fed meeting's coming up in, what is it? The 18th. Look at this. The odds are now 2 cuts. Sorry, 1 cut. And we're going to go. I mean, that's the thing. If things are so great, inflation's about to go nuts. No, not good. Not bueno, right? Think about this. Like, there's a lot going on here. And expecting more cuts, this is where it's going to be like, again, we've talked about it. If you go look at the destabilization of the world economies with all the geopolitical stuff, yeah, that's over, right? I think Trump Daddy's going to probably bring a lot of that to a close. However, it doesn't mean that we still haven't had mass data, in my opinion, where we've had a recession. If you go look at the data, we're technically in a recession. Again, all the Ukraine spending, all the multiple jobs that people are getting, that's not going to be fixed quickly. And if they come in and start cutting spending dramatically and the market starts seizing that, it's going to be a hard sell and a hard buy to trust the markets. But again, this is where you and I, macro, and this is what I always laugh, like macroeconomists never met a rich billionaire macroeconomist. You got to trade what you know and do what you got to do and be safe with doing it. So again, appreciate you guys. Bitcoin breaking out, seems to be holding up. Tell me if I'm wrong here. I thought it would look like this kind of breakout, like a zing if it's really going to go. This tight action makes me a little nervous. So be careful on that. Oil, all over the place again. I think demand destruction is real. Again, with China, endless stimulus. I mean, how many more stimulus can they do? Daddy dollar is going to be back. If you believe in Trump, I think daddy dollar, again, over crypto, gold, all that stuff. I mean, he's going to be pushing it. Now, it doesn't say it won't be backed by Bitcoin or gold or all that stuff. But daddy dollar will be strong. How will that affect dollar, geopolitical stuff with oil? Good question. Again, if there is a recession, which again, technically, if you look at the data, we are in one, not the GDP data, but you go look at how things have been, again, you go deeper in the data. Demand destruction is real. What's the upside, downside? Again, I personally don't think you're going negative futures prices, but I do think you will see lower oil prices. I mean, drill, baby, drill. Natural gas, same thing. I think we'll be natural gas exporters. I'd like to see this in the $1 to $2 range. Ten cuidado. Oh man, yeah, dear. Some of the materials names got absolutely whacked today. Dollar, speaking of daddy dollar, Interesting action today. Now we are overbought, right? Like if you go from 28 up to 29.60, that's a lot. Just be careful there. TLT, keep an eye on this, right? Some folks are watching back testing trend line. I mean, that's why I keep talking about like the 93 area. Let's not bring a ruler, but there is an old downtrend, the 200-day resistance here. I mean, it's not going to be easy peasy. So this is where, again, if it does get over it. Now, we did see some put selling. Again, I appreciate Jay Solstice and the homies and the friends dropping what they see option trade-wise. Mucho appreciation. I mean, someone was selling a lot of 94 puts out in December. In my opinion, at worst, they're comfortable buying bonds below 94 or hoping that premium is going to be and they're going to be able to kick ass. We'll see. VIX, I mean, look at this. I mean, this is wild. I mean, this is the biggest amplitude down fast, biggest percentage. I mean, not amplitude. What's the right word? This action post an election, the biggest down in a VIX possible ever seen. Well, we had the previous one with the Japan stuff. Rather wild. VIX. Check this out, right? New lows off the highs. Again, we'd like to see this bottom first. Again, I bought some puts out in SPY next week, some like lottos. We'll see if they work out. SPY. Talked about, again, 600 hit. Well, close enough. I would be watching that because there's definitely some option trades around the 600 level. So, again, if you're bullish, congrats. I personally, and you could play the pullbacks. There's a million ways to do this. There's not one right way. It's skin a cat. If you're bullish and you want to stay bullish, you go right ahead. If you want to be bearish, have your spots. It's not rocket science. QQQ. This is one of the things I was noticing like lagging today, and this would make sense to me. Inside day. And again, we talked about this yesterday on the Thursday recap. I didn't expect a big amplitude day either way. We talked about inside days, right? IWM, another inside day range. DIA, made new highs. But again, when you see a lot of other stocks, you'll see, be like, nah, makes sense what he was saying. It's just, it is what it is. Gold, right? Geopolitical risk off the table, pulling back. I don't trust silver at all, as you shouldn't. Right? I mean, again, geopolitical risk off the table, but also, again, if we do see economic slowing down, which it seems very logical, it's going to happen. It's already happening. It's just how it's going to play out. The VIX should get a rise. I mean, the Feds are screwed. Cutting rates is not bullish, right? Like cutting rates means the economy's slowing. And they're not near the bottom of the rate cutting cycle, in my opinion. So it's going to be funky. It's just, again, traders market, GDX. Again, miners, we talked about the dead cat bounce. You got it. GDXJ, dead cat bounce. Now, could they rip higher? I mean, that's the question you have to ask yourself. If you're comfortable letting it ride, go. I mean, if you bought down here, set your stop. Maybe it does make new highs. Keep it simple, stupid. AEM, we talked about how like people were buying puts on this stuff. Someone knew something going into this, right? AG, same kind of thing. Yeah, that bounce didn't last long. Newmont, again, this makes sense at the 200-day, in my opinion. If you want to trade it, I mean, define it. Put a dollar risk. I mean, are you willing to lose a dollar or two to make 15, 20, 30 points? Because again, if this does start the up move in the miners, man, you've got a freaking direct spot to fucking buy. Excuse my language. Pass. Rolling around, chopping. Taiwan semi. Back test the trend line. Pop was up multiple points today. Look where it hit, right? Right around 206 and change. Worth a watch. Again, I think semis are the easiest short long term. Micron, again, rejecting the highs. AMD, no real love. I mean, we did talk about it was due to bounce. I mean, look at the amplitude. Big gap, big candle, smaller candle, smaller candle, smaller candle. Doji. Makes sense? NVIDIA, back testing trend lines, multi-day ranges, worth a watch. SMCI, talked about this being just absolutely bludgeon, was due to bounce. All right, there you go. What is this 10 for 1? What, huh? Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Software being off. Anyway, was watching it. Intel. We talked about it. Hey, you like Intel? Great. Cool. Gaps up. Trump daddy going to take care of it. We'll see. Let me get this a little tighter. I mean, I would, because again, 2-day range, I like that. Again, if it goes higher, then you can probably fill the gap 200-day. If it fails here, you better roll up your stop. Keep it simple, stupid. SMH, again, I think it's multi-day ranging, lagging. Look at this. Market's making highs. This is still not even making previous highs over the October highs. Ten cuidado. Adobe. Talked about it being oversold. Man, those candles look just horrendous. Not much I can say. I mean, tech just doesn't, again, I like tech. I like financial shorts. Apple, XDiv, look at that. I mean, you can barely even see it. Get that line out of there. No, you can see it. We talked about the 50-day, worth watching. Amazon, Bezos sells more after the close. I mean, the guy can't sell and fast enough. But hey, it's over the highs. You have multi-day range. I'd be watching 207. If you hold there, you're good. If not, could get crushy. Meta high, mega high, chopping around. Again, kissing the ring for DT. Sierra, man, finally started cooking today. Broke over trend lines, all sorts of zoom out stuff. Oh, this trend line goes way back. Yeah, it does. Way back. Back to all-time highs. Again, keep an eye on this one. Because again, this is the thing, right? This big pattern here. I'm not a fan of it just breaking straight out. But if it does, then it does. But I wouldn't be surprised at worst if you get some pullback and then it goes. Or trap. Keep an eye on. Again, straight line moves going into breakouts tend to find backups. Guggenheim, we talked about it filling the gap, bouncing with the market clearly back towards the highs, watching 182.50. Mr. Softy, this one's been lagging, right? Hits the 100-day, seems to be getting stuck. NDAQ, again, I think this is the best short out there, period. Again, the Nasdaq composite. But hey, if you're playing the game and you're stopping out, I get it. This candle the other day was funky, and then you have another ones. Somebody knows the future of tech. The future of trading is not tech. I'm just telling you. MicroStrategy. New highs. Again, 2 times range is 299. Again, I personally we've talked about this. I'd said this thing could go to 500. I mean, if you go look at the market cap to like Bitcoin, all that kind of stuff. I mean, if Bitcoin goes bonkers, this is going to continue to go bonkers. All I would say is just trade it, have your long-term positions, and do what you got to do. Because again, if you believe in Bitcoin, then MicroStrategy is your saving grace. Netflix back at the highs, little doji today. Keep an eye on it. Roblox, talked about this popping up. Wick again, back at the old highs from a previous fib. Oops, overdid it. You can see at the top of the zone, so it's back to 1-to-1, back near the highs from a couple years ago. PanW, here's where it gets again. PanW and Tesla, breaking out again. Cybersecurity. See what I mean? Like this, like chop and then break out. That to me is easier. See how I was just talking about that with like CRM. Like you get up and you back off and then you go. This should go 400 plus. If you're familiar with the Livermore fractals of 400 plus, 440 range would be your upside. Tesla, God, thank God I bought some calls and then stopped out of the calls I sold. Yeah, I closed everything out today. I was like, yeah, okay, we good. Congrats. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it can't go higher. I mean, this is definitely has the Momo from Trump Daddy. I mean, I think it reached $1 trillion market cap today. Just seeing if there's any and you broke over these levels. Yeah, today's volume either confirms we're like going much higher, or this is kind of a trap here. I mean, either way, if you've been long it, congrats. If you did what you did. We talked about it down here is like due to bounce. Man, what a bounce, baby. Insight talked about it getting bought out. You're welcome. Again, I'm not always bearish. I mean, I pick and choose my things here. I just, at the highs with certain crap, I don't trust it at all. Palantir, ribbon. I mean, we talked about like, hey, doji sandwiches and whatnot. That's a really strong move. I don't know what the right price on this thing is, so let's just call it what it is. If you're looking to short, do yourself a favor. Define your risk, keep it tight. I personally don't have a beef in the game. I mean, I see stocks when they can do this. They can go nuts, go to 80 quick. McDonald's chopping. DKNG talked about this hitting the range highs today. Again, high volume coming off what looks like, I mean, people could say it's a head and shoulders top. I could also argue that it's a big chop top. I mean, if you looked at their earnings, and again, this is why earnings are subjective, right? Like, who knows what the right answer is? Nothing there's exciting about me that's already not known. So I'd be careful with these guys because, again, if the market, economy, whatever is soft, people have more money to gamble. Airbnb, look at this. Trap. Up, down on earnings. Just, ugh. Costco, selling more gold, I imagine. Whew. A lot of names today had a lot of big candles, and that's the thing, right? big candles could be the start of big moves, or they could be the start of traps. We talked about this earlier in the week. Hopefully people paid attention. Again, it's not certainty. Starbucks, big chopping. We talked about this. FedEx, being patient on this. I mean, again, I didn't do anything with that today. I just kind of watching it. But I did notice like the material names, China-related names, because China got whacked. It was down 5%, I think, at one point. I can't remember where it closed. See, this is what I mean. Big candles up, traps. Like, this is what makes me very nervous about the market, because Caterpillar say leading. Look at these material names. And we've talked about the future is materials. But I would love for them to get slapped around. Look at DE today. Closes down. Nucor, right? Nice pop. Up, 20 points the other day. Taking out the range lows. X, I think, will get bought out. Chopping around. VALE, chopping around. I mean, again, global growth names. Arrow, Copper. Like, look at this. Like, this shouldn't be, like, we talked about this could be a bottom, but you would think today's like days like today. Just worth a watch, because it needs to really get back into this 17 plus. CF, again, ag names. I think eating is going to be a future commodity importance, especially if we're going to clean up the food supply. You're going to need more fertilizer. You're going to, especially, I don't know, in my opinion. No, that's a whole nother topic. Mosaic, chopping around. Chop, foods. Yeah, NTR, same kind of thing. Chopping. Again, we like these names long term. It's just whether you want to own them now or later. AA, again, looks like aluminum's going to break out. Man, look at that gap. And it gaps down. I know it closed at the high, but still. XLF, broke hearts. But as we talked about, inside days, keep an eye on it. Right? JP Morgan, inside days, but not near the highs. That's where it's a little funky on some of these. Morgan Stanley, inside days, not at the highs. Bank of America, at the high doji inside day. Again, I think Buffett can't sell this fast enough, but whatever. Goldman Sachs, inside day near the range highs. Carry, chopping. We talked about this. So again, watch the multi-day ranges. This is that. I mean, sometimes it's that simple. XBI did close at the highs. Okay. Keep an eye on this, because again, it's either a trap or it's about to go freaking bonkers. And I mean bonkers up. Jets, multi-day ranges. I mean, you're seeing them a lot here. XHB, again, housing. We talked about this being oversold. 50-20 day cross, legit spot to watch. Solar, again, sorry if you're a solar believer. We talked about this. If Trump's winning, you're toast. Especially near term. First, I mean, I don't know if you guys heard Elon's like, hey, cut subsidies out of our businesses. We cut them out of oil and gas. Okay, we'll see. Sedge. Man, 13. I thought 15 was the low from 300. Not bad. Keep an eye on it. ENPH took out the range lows. I've been very careful to warn people on solar. I don't like it. Meaning, like, whether you're green or not, like, it's the perception is reality. Let them blow out. Okay? Questions, thoughts, concerns? HYG, again, you got to be high to your mind about corporate debt, in my opinion. USO, all over again. Oil, gas, all over. Again, UNG, I freaking hate natural gas ETF UNG. KOD is the short. Remember, demand, destruction, decay. Let it play out, because I think you're going to have some really good trades on this, as we talked about. XOP, they close at 140. Multi-day range, we talked about it. Breaking downtrends, 3-day range, worth a watch. CVE, again, we'd like this thing around the 15-16 area if oil is going to do the damn thing. Valero, watching as these have made new lows, bounce back, but man, they don't really have much right now. And again, it's not really gasoline season, right? Keep that in mind. MPC, same kind of thing. ExxonMobil, is it going to go? Man, look at this, like the doji day of dojis, right? They're just like, we have to pin it to 121. Okay. Occidental, we got to pin this to freaking 50 something. Keep an eye on these names. Again, I think if oil and gas does catch the bid, you will see some monster moves. EQT broke the downtrend, said maybe you get up to 44, 45. We'll see. Again, they're big, choppy range, and last but not least, Flex LNG. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Always here to help. I appreciate it. Again, if you found value in this video and you want to use the 3 little circles down below, do a little, donation. Again, someone told me I should look and talk about that, because, hey, I appreciate it. And then if you leave a comment, have questions, you donate. I always tell people, if you give to get, right? You help out, you want to donate, you want to be involved, let me know how I can help. Again, do I have the answer to every question? Probably 99.9% of them, but doesn't mean I'm always going to be right. And that's the thing. Even the best traders who are in the Discord room, who are best traders are, again, your batting average is the key, right? You're not always going to be right. There's going to be times when you're wrong, you lose. And that's the part of trading. It's a probability game, not certainty. So if you have any questions about that, don't hesitate to reach out. I love you guys. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, your PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.